fine servant.
Hello, folks, and welcome back for another episode of Our Journeys. And we are starting off with BodyBagBeezy. Definitely has a great advantage over Arisovich, perhaps. But Arisovich, we are getting into the later turns. We're getting closer to New Era and Guardian territory. Prophecy's there. It's not over yet, is what my point was in saying all of that. Does he? Okay, he's not the... Okay, Black Worm is not the same as... I was getting him confused with Gravesinger. I was like, you do not want to leave him on the board for too long. Boom, he's going to hit for 4. Get his opponent down 2-4. And it's going to be a matter of whether or not Arisovich can make the push. Does not have Ice Storm. Immolating Blast. Not really very helpful. This may be it. And he's still one away from New Era. I'm almost certain that that is in his hand. Probably one of these two cards right here, if I had to guess. But he is one away from being able to use them. He is, which is also a Guardian turn. So I think BodyBag was able to close it out just in the nick of time. Granted, Arisovich could have other guards, but unless he's pulling a one of the many people who take a very long time to play the obvious, make the obvious play. Okay, we have not seen what he's played, so we'll be curious to see what he brings back. Giant Bat, Thorn Hist Mage, Sanctuary Pet, okay, that takes care of one. Does he have an answer for the other one, or is this going to be a good game?
What have we here?
It's going to be a good game. BodyBag's going to close it out. And it was a short game. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Exactly what he needed. And Arisovich, we are now in dangerous territory. We'll see if I was right. Parthenax, okay. Guardians, though, are not a creature. They are a defense, is what they're categorized as. So if we don't see New Era or Guardians, I think BodyBag will be in good shape. All right. Definitely not a New Era then. Okay, I was wrong. It happens every once in a while.
Feel the power within.
Okay, did have that, which BodyBag currently does not have an answer for.
I slay the unworthy.
Okay.
I will cut your purse.
Arisovich. Oh, great card, BodyBag. Great card to have in this meta. It is going to be... I mean, if Arisovich had Drain on the board, it would be even better, but... it's a great card to have. Looks like it's going to force BodyBag into the field lane, though.
What help would you have from the Naravarin?
Naravarin? Naravarin, is it? I don't know.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Yeah, BodyBag's just really trying to push that last bit of damage, boy. And it's hard though, because he's running out of options. I mean, even if he can push damage with the 3-6, obviously 3 points of damage is less than the 4 needed to win. Thought I would help you all out there with my big brain mathematics there. It's
What a pity.
Yup.
Stand behind thee!
I smell the stench of the living.
Need to get Mother some flowers.
Oh boy.
Flowers.
Were it not for that guard. Oh wait. I mean, it draws, so he can hit, expunge, and maybe draw something to get his... It's a chance. Oof. I guess he rightly assumed that Cicero is going to take out whoever regardless. All right. I mean, the one thing he's got... Well, no. Okay, Arisovich was down to 2 cards. Now he's got 4. He's going to kill with Cicero.
Is there
Interesting. He must have an answer for the 3-4.
There's a plan. There's always a plan.
So little to do.
That's it. That's it.
What's your
BodyBag is going to be able to close it out despite New Era. Oh, Wrath of Sithis. Look at these crazy cards. All right, BodyBag. Push it on home.
A formidable display.
There you go. Whew. And we are joining Guitarist on Bass at the very start of a game. Guitarist at the... Is it the Mage? Is Mage 9? I think Mage is 9. So I'm guessing trying to make a push for rank 8 before the season ends, so that he can start here. He does have the Centurion banner, which means he won 100 games with a neutral deck, which is pretty doggone impressive. So kudos, Guitarist on Bass. I'm actually going for that as well, the Centurion thing, but I think I'm still at, I mentioned this before, like 52. I'm a little over halfway there. It's a long haul. Feels good when you win. I actually had I think I mentioned this before, but somebody else who had the Centurion badge actually conceded to me when they saw that I was playing in a mono-neutral deck. So that was kind of cool. It's like a little fraternity. It's like, hey, I see what you're doing there. But anyway, this is obviously not a neutral deck that Guitarist on Bass is playing now. He's got a pretty fresh veteran list here. We got Syl over there, waiting in the wings to be deployed to turn a lane into a mania lane or a dementia lane. Is it ironic that I couldn't remember that it's called the dementia lane? I think that's some kind of irony. Or no. No, it'd be ironic. Yeah, I think that's... No, that's apropos, actually. It would be ironic if it was a remembrance lane, and I couldn't remember that it was a remembrance lane, I think. Yeah. And it's not ironic if it rains on your wedding day. That's just bad luck. Hate that song. It's like rain. I mean, the song, the way it sounds is fine, but the lyrics make no sense. There's almost nothing ironic in that song.
Can be trusted. Do you hear me?
Okay, so interesting. I guess we had... I didn't see it, but I guess we had a Mudcrab Merchant because Kuka Girl, Chuck Girl, the Clever has a very annoying card that isn't normally in that deck in the little Dune Swiper, Dune Wiper, whatever he's called, the little turd muffin who goes around smacking cards for 2 every time he changes the lane, and for some reason always has 17,000 lane change cards. Guitarist on Bass, sitting on that Dark Seducer. It's going to do very well. Says, nope, I'm going to bring back Tullius? Tullius!
Wait, did you hear that?
Wisely remembering he needs to play a card in that shadow lane in order to prevent the Clever from triggering the Dementia effect, which is a 3 damage to the face. So had Guitarist on Bass not been thinking clearly and stacked that field lane, that little Thorn Histmage, Thorn Treeminder, goodness gracious, Treeminder would have effectively hit for 4. But disaster was averted thanks to the Marked Man. The Mute Marked Man. Now that might be ironic. Wait, did you hear that? No, I don't think that's ironic either. Turns out irony's kind of hard to fight. What the heck are we looking at here? She needs to have keywords first, buddy. Yeah, it doesn't give her keywords.
Gallen.
Maybe he knew that.
Roots of
I don't know they knew how how Mentor's Ring works.
Right, men, on me.
But maybe they did. Dragon Cult
I'm
Ghost.
there to serve.
Seems like it's actually would be very nice here. Not on this particular turn, obviously, but in general. Yeah, Guitarist and Bass got some fresh cards and Corpus Disease. You don't see that very often. And this is not a Silence and Violence deck. Oh, a Singleton! That's why we're seeing some of the stuff we're seeing. And that's kind of a sad doppelganger, but still useful. Good item there. Obviously, it does not have. We're not seeing the Mushroom Tower. Mundus. Oh no! Cool Girl, why? Why would you play? Oh, that's a. I want to say that's ironic too, but it's probably not. It's not ironic, but to have somebody who's playing supports. I mean, I guess it's not a support-heavy deck. It's one support. But, you know, but that's usually something you see. Like, I remember when I would play, like, against Support Mage, and those little turd muffins would run, you know, the Vicious Ds and the Dismantles or whatever, and I'm like, so wait, you want to have your supports, but you want to make sure I can't have any of my own. It's just, it was always weird. It's always support, like, the support decks builders were always the most keenly aware of the need for support removal. General Tullius. I mean, we've seen some silence already, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets silenced before he can. Oh, excuse me. Before he can snowball into something significant. Oh, yep, he's been targeted. Possibly by a lightning portal. No? There's with the silence again. Yeah, it's difficult. That's one of the first things you learn. Well, not one of the first. One of the things I learned early on that to me was not counterintuitive. Okay, so this is a keywords keyword dump.
To their tricks.
See, now is when you want to play her.
Nobody breaks the law on my
Because I
watch.
think, doesn't she absorb all the, or not absorb, she mimics? No, okay, when she gains a keyword, invade. So no, she's probably, I think this was a keyword daily quest deck because she actually doesn't help your keywords. When she gains a keyword, you invade, but this is not an invade deck, so she's really not all that helpful. And that would explain possibly why Cougirl is playing the Poop Stone. I play Poop Stone as well when I have the keyword thing, but I only play that in casual because if I beat anybody, I don't want it to matter. And I usually concede once I get my daily quest done anyway. Well, no, that's not true. I will if it's
Speak,
like
citizen.
yeah, if it's a game that I could lose, then I'll concede. Just make it painless for both of us. But I do try to win, just because then it gives you that extra bit of gold. But right now, my main problem is not gold, it's having time to actually be able to play the game. I do play on the alternate account, I don't want to misconstrue the facts. That is something I'm still up for. And we're probably going to see that trade, yep. So this is going to be a drag down war of attrition here between GuitaristOnBass and Cougirl. We're both, I mean, GuitaristOnBass definitely has more. And the great thing is, I'm pretty sure Dragon Cult Ghost, he is not a silenceable creature, so he can come down as an 11/11, and well, okay, he will die to a 7/6 with lethal. That's unfortunate. All right, so things have, I mean, oof. I mean, Guitarist has a lot of weapons, but this is a thinking game right here, and he's I mean, Cougirl has 20 points of damage. Ooh, yeah, okay, there we go. I was gonna say you just never know how they're gonna buff, or if they could get a charged creature that rolls drain or rolls lethal from the Poop Stone. But he needs a guard here. We haven't seen too many guards. He's got an improvised weapon as well, so he can break through the guard. So minus a shackle or a silence that... And that's another thing, too, we've seen from Cool
Need to get mother some
This is a
flowers.
keyword deck that runs a crap ton of silence.
Flowers.
Praise to our unholy mate.
And I think he's got... So, 2 improvised weapons and Corpus Disease first makes it a 13, 14, 15. Not enough. Not enough. Maybe if he can soul tear a... But he's got to do it this play, I think. What does he have in his graveyard? Does he have any charge in his graveyard? Oh, no, it doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. That was enough. I didn't even think of that. Corpus Disease, 13, 14, 15. Good game, Guitarist. Hopefully you see it. Hopefully you see it. It's not a big brain play, but sometimes when you're in the middle of it, it's not apparent as it is if you're just spectating. No! He didn't see it! He didn't see it!
That was
Yeah, now he sees it. Now he sees it. Is he dead next turn? That's the question. 15. He's dead next turn. Okay. 17, 24. Yeah, he's dead next turn. Oh, Guitarist, I'm sorry, man. That was... Oh, that's rough. That's rough. But hey, I do it all the time. If I were to go back into my comments section and see how many people would say, you know, you had lethal on this turn and this turn, and you missed lethal here, and you missed lethal here. You know, I'm certainly not throwing stones.
They'll never take me down.
Like I said, it's...
long range.
Ah, boy.
Schemes.
And what sucks, though, is that he saw it right afterward. Right after he played it, he saw the mistake. Ah.
Hello everyone, it's Vincenzo here again. Trying out some 2 guildsworn decks actually that I made over this weekend while I was at work. Didn't have a whole lot of time to play them. One is a more control-oriented list, and the other one is kind of a cross between Aggro Crusader and Prophecy Battle Mage. Like, I'll show you when I play that one, but right now we are playing the more control-oriented one. But I will talk about that one once we get there. And I didn't try these decks out too much, but the few games I had with them, they went pretty well. So hopefully that continues on in today. It's pretty annoying because I want to play Lunar Sway on this turn, but at least on... Yeah, never mind. I think I'll do that just to get a card. Okay.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Oh, Mundustone. How I hate to see you.
As long as I draw a breath.
I think I'll just get some nice cheap guards in my hand and probably leave it at that.
You'll not be rid of me that easily.
Does not matter that it got ward, luckily. I really hope I draw into one of my Dushniks really quickly, because over time all the keywords that these cards can get really annoying.
So many purses, so little time.
Okay, interesting. Probably wouldn't mind actually playing this guy. Okay. So it's an altar. Ebonheart.
Khajiit is having a good night.
I think if I just keep the pressure up, and luckily I can, because these guys, I think 8/8 of stats for 6. That's pretty solid. Over 2 bodies and they both have guard.
I do hope that
have full control over field lane.
I fly like the wind and the shadows protect me.
Okay. Guard. Nice. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. And he knows that I can just... or I'm gonna have to kill it, so... Of course he chooses to not sacrifice it.
Khajiit is having a good night.
Oh, but I kinda goofed that. Whoops. That's how I'm gonna go for it.
As long as I draw breath.
Be gone, Sheepskin! Be gone, Sheepskin!
Alright, man. What do you have for this? It's funny that this is the control list and I was able to finish the game fairly quickly. But, you know, they're also playing a pretty slow deck. So, wow.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
Alright. Good try, man.
Be gone, Sheepskin!
As long as I draw breath.
GG, Den.
Alrighty. Digging in for a nice juicy Kfluffy game. Still running his I did see it. It literally came in the final play of a game. So far I've seen him win 3. I don't know where he's at. I'll ask him after this game. I think he's on track for another. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to Guitarist. I'll shout at you after I finish this game if you're still on. But I don't want to take eyes off the screen here. This is definitely some heavy stuff. Boom. And this is, I think this is still the expertise deck. Guildsworn Oathman is usually an expertise card. Almost exclusively.
The Night Mother will guide us.
That is a beefy Blackhand Messenger. And dismantle. That's ironic! No, it's not. It's not. Oh, I thought he had another one. He's got a piercing javelin. I'm wondering if he's gonna. No, okay, he doesn't have enough to do it on this turn. I was gonna say, I wondered if he was gonna belly G the Blackhand Messenger just to get that 3/5 off the board, but. All right, so we've got a feisty Telvanni player here in Fox 7 Pro.
Your death will be swift.
And on turn 7 too, so they didn't really let the game get too far out before they decided it is time for me to make my move. I'm thinking, okay, no. I was gonna say Brett and Conjure Fingers of the Mountain is a great combo, but we may see Belly G bounce that 3/4 back. I'll be curious to see if he uses. Oh no, okay, he's gonna. And it brings back Galeen. Keeping his 3/5 alive. Lots of Belly Gs. Waiting in the wings, waiting for their turn. So either Fork Bolt or Improvised Weapon, or even better. And this has decidedly swung in Kfluffy's favor. Obviously, there is no Dawn's Wrath.
I don't know it all. But I'm pretty
Ice Storm is no good here, and Debilitate, not good here. So he's going to get him at least down to 11, possibly more. But I doubt he's going to use improvised weapon on it. We're probably going to see a piercing javelin. Nope. Okay, he's just going to boot Lynette back. I don't know what she picked up, but whatever it is, I don't think it's going to be able to handle this board. So I think Kfluffy is going to walk away handsomely and easily from this game with the dub, which is short for W. I learned that recently, or I realized that recently, and somebody was like, it's all about the dub, man. I'm like, what the crap is a dub? I mean, I know what a dub is musically, or, like subtitles or dubbing, but... Oh, wait, did I speak too soon?
I will keep.
I underestimated the Sanctuary pet summoning. And yes, with that combination, Fox has staved off lethal. Vanish represents 3 next turn.
My friend would like a word.
Unless he uses the bolt here, which he does. Oh no, what did he use? Oh, he used Fingers of the Mountain. Duh. What, didn't I say that? I said that before. I said that would be a perfect combo, and look at that. Look how smart I am. You see how I call that? Ta! Me and Kfluffy, we're at the same level. I couldn't even see that with a straight face. Oh. Uh-oh. I wonder if Kfluffy's typing to me? Okay. Sometimes that happens when you see a delay like that. He's probably typing to somebody else. Usually very quick to hit the pass button. So Fox 7 Pro, I don't see any way out of this. Too early for a conscription, even if that could win the day. Although I've been wrong before. If he's got 16 shackles, I mean, but he would have to shackle.
We must count on our wits.
Well, he's going to shackle his own player there. Cruel Fire Bloom, I guess, maybe. Nope. And Kfluffy with another win. Congratulations, sir. I'll see how close this gets you. And here we have BodyBagBeezy, the king of alliterative names, running what I'm guessing is looks like a pew-pew-pew assassin. It is the, well, not really, actually. Kind of. I mean, Cliff Racer, and Mudcrab Ankle Snapper. Ooh. And a misplay there by Zeulus. Unfortunately for him, otherwise he would have been able to survive this trade here. And that really could cost you the game. I mean, him having a 3-3 in that lane that has... obviously, he would have killed it with... cast into time. Does not spawn the 2-1 guard, though. And BodyBag will continue his assault. Albeit with a slightly diminished board. We'll probably see Cliff Racer here on curve. Nice play. Oh, goodness gracious. Piercing Javelin, that's alright. That is a Piercing Javelin he does not have for the Cliff Racer. The Cliff Racer! Or the Mud Crab. Ankle Snapper. Both of them. So BodyBag saving that Cliff Racer for the reach. Can't say I disagree with that play. Wow.
Destined for greatness.
Okay, so... Oh, man. I guarantee you he wishes he could kill off this Reflective Automaton. He's begging for it. That's... Because he wants to be able to trigger the Outfeet Conjurer into the 7-5. And so he's begging
My paws are quicker
the Descendant of
than your
Akatosh to trade with him. Also because I don't want the Descendant of Akatosh to do that. So he'll make the trade unless Zeulus has a guard or a way to prevent the trade. Although at this point, what am I thinking? Okay, I was going to say right up until that moment, BodyBag could have finished the game off next turn anyway. Well, he's got it with Cliff Racer, so... Poke for 5, Cliff Race down. You got the game, BodyBagBeezy, the Gravedigger. But still not running. You're not running the skull anymore. Still, you're still running the legendary thing. Eye of the Restless Storm against the Unfavored One. Why would you call yourself that? Like, I mean, I guess if you're a rank 43 legend, you can't be that unfavored. But that just seems like why put that on yourself? You know, I'm not 100% one of those people. It's like, you know, if you call yourself the Unfavored One, then you're unfavored. But there is that like niggling in the back of your brain that's like, you know, like I used to say.
Hold the line.
Well, when I was really angry, I would say things like, well, F me. Like in this case, right there, with a board like this, I would say, F me. But I was like, you know what? I can't remember. I think it was in The Hobbit, at least in the animated version of The Hobbit. There was, Bilbo would say, bless my soul. Like when he was surprised or something crazy happened, he'd be like, bless my soul, you know, whatever. I'm like, you know what? That's a lot better thing to say than F me or F my life. You know, just, it's the same thing. It's still, oh my gosh, but one is kind of pairing yourself with a blessing, the other one's pairing yourself with a curse. It's like, why not? You know, why not? It may sound better, it may sound edgier, but I would rather be blessed than cursed, so whatever. But again, as I said, the Unfavored One here is anything but unfavored with what we see going on. Eye of the Restless Storm, though, with that Cradle Crush Giant Mayberry. Whoa, really? Oh, okay, yeah, of course. You can do that. Boom! Like I said, unfavored. Why would you say that? False Incarnate. Great card there. But that's so, Eye of the Restless Storm definitely has, is very, very wealthy.
There's nowhere they can hide.
Like, few people play False Incarnate, let alone have it as a, because it's an epic. That's a $1,400 gem upgrade right there. I don't think I've ever seen. And boy, he's got the leg spread thing going, doesn't he? I've never really looked at that before because I don't see the card very often. He is really like, I am taking up this entire throne room with just a spread of my legs. No drain here. Okay, I don't want to go anywhere with that. Boy, if that channeled storm was reverberating strike, Eye of the Storm would be, a Restless Storm would be in really great shape. 2 different times now. Okay, wow. Lots of card draw for the so-called unfavorable one. So this is really tense here. This is lots of aggro. We're gonna see a Ring into Dementia or Memory Wraith. And hey, again, not gonna call it irony, but you got a Memory Wraith against the Dementia.
Must take back Skyrim.
Or what seems to be, or what will soon be, a Memory Wraith in a Dementia lane.
Wait.
You can't make this stuff up, folks. And we are going to see makeshift defenses come down. Alright, forcing that trade. Dragonfire Wizard. Another card you don't see too terribly often, but could very well be a big deal here, as it's going to offer some firepower on the board, and can be played without using the ring with Syl next turn. And the longer it survives, the more powerful its effect. Ooh, Fingers might be too tempting to pass up, though. Yeah, that's going to take care of... Oh. Yep. And that might be it for the unfavored one.
Onward to battle.
Eye of the Restless Storm wisely choosing to hold back, not willing to break a rune, risk a prophecy for 2 more damage in a match like this.
Easy as hunting a red
Okay, that's a good play there. Offers some aggression plus. And another Pit Lion. Is that premium? I think it's... It is premium, okay. You can't really tell, but the ground glows a little bit brighter in the premium version, so it's noticeable, just not stunning.
My paws are quicker than
And
your
the Duchess of Dementia pairs with the Memory Wraith. Memory Wraith is like, I don't know what to do. What was I doing here? What was I wraithing?
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
So there's Assault. Not gonna help him. Nope, that is just an assault of frustration. as there is enough in that shadow lane alone to finish this game off. The Dementia lane will deal 3 damage, and provided there's no break there, that's going to get him down to 9. Oh no!
Wait.
Did not consider the marked, the makeshift defenses, and makeshift defenses are going to get the job done. Although we might see a Marak, the weakest Marak ever. Is he going to Marak a makeshift defenses? He is. I think he would have. I think he would have. Nicely done, Eye of the Restless Storm.
This video is sponsored by Imperial City Defenders, brought to you by Vincenzo, who likes to include a lot of very lore-friendly, lore-accurate cards into his unique creation. So here we have Imperial City Defenders. It is a support 6 cost with 2 uses. Friendly actions that summon creatures cost 1 less this turn. Enemy actions cost 1 more on their next turn. So 6 cost, you can spit out your Imperial reinforcements. Usually a 4 cost, obviously, as a 3 cost now. And things of that nature. So pretty much anything that would summon creatures. Your, what is it? The Kfluffy Troopers. I can't remember. It spits out, it's a prophecy that spits out 2/2, or 2/2 guards, Kfluffy guards. Obviously that would, I think that's a 4 cost prophecy. That would obviously decrease it down to 3. So you could essentially, I think that this is helping you populate the board. This is, I think, obviously designed to facilitate more token play. And as well as, I do think that in itself is not enough. Maybe 3 uses wouldn't even be overpowered, wouldn't be overkill, especially at a 6 cost. Might even be able to go cheaper. I don't know for sure because I'm not thinking of all the implications. Most of the summons that I can think of 4 cost or less. So if you're playing this, any card you play after that, it's probably gonna allow you to play 2 sets of them, but you can only fill up the lane so much. I mean, you throw out Imperial reinforcements at 6 cost. Yeah, it filled up your board, but that's all you can do. On turn 7, I guess. Although the Bruma, anyway, defensive Bruma throws the math off anyway. It's a little wonky, but great card. It's a fresh take. I think it has, like I said, a lot of good things that it can provide for tokens. Making enemy actions cost 1 more on their next turn. I think that is, it's kind of it's offense and defense. It allows you to fill the board, and it says, hey, if you're going to play an Ice Storm, it's going to cost you 1 more, or Immolating Blast. So in other words, it's going to let you populate the board, but it's going to cost you 1 more. That said, this is a 6 cost itself. So the earliest you can play to 6, and the earliest you can actually use it then is turn 7. And on turn 7, Immolating Blast and Ice Storm. Ice Storm is online at 6. Immolating Blast, I think, is turn 7. So you wouldn't be able to use Immolating Blast. Ice Storm would still be would be able to be used. So, maybe enemy actions cost 2 more, but I mean, that really depends on you pulling this on curve. If it's 1 or 2 turns later, 1 or 2 more cost of the action is not going to save your board before you can buff it up. So, but I'm sure there's other things. A lot of times when, you're creating the thing, you're creating the card, you're looking at a need or a lack or something specifically, and hopefully it has broader implications than that, but that means Vincenzo could very well have certain cards, certain plays, or certain counters in mind that this is used to counteract or, counteract. But in any case, great art. It looks like it fits right in with the Elder Scroll, the TESL, the aesthetic. Art is by Jorshi. So kudos to Jorshi for creating something like that. It looks, like I said, it comes out of Elder Scrolls on some level. Fits the tone. And again, in that color scheme, it is really going for the token. It does obviously force you into playing token Spell Sword, so you're not gonna. But I mean, that's probably the one you see the most common. You do have token Mage, less likely. Token Monk, I think even less likely. So this fits in more with what you typically play with tokens. But obviously, you're not going to use this with Strength. But really, I'm pretty sure these are the only 2 colors that really have friendly actions that summon creatures, if I'm not mistaken. I think every other card doesn't, or every other attribute just spawns creatures. It doesn't have an action to do that. You got your Varks and all that kind of stuff that all come from Endurance, and your Imperial reinforcements, all your Imperial cards are all coming from Willpower. Anyway, so yeah, great card. Might be a little expensive, especially for only 2 uses. Maybe a 5 cost. Like I don't know that it could be abused that badly. So maybe keep it 6 cost and give it 3 uses, or make it a 5 cost and give it those 2 uses. And it does allow on curve for that to stave off a possible Ice Storm, as long as they don't have the ring. If it's a 5 cost, they're playing essentially. No. Yeah, if it's turn 5, they can ring into a 6. Yeah, so it would stave off an Ice Storm for at least a turn. or an Immolating Blast for a couple turns. Anyway, the uses are far-reaching. It's a great thing to talk about, to think about, but I think as it is, it's a fair card to play. And yeah, another great entry. Thank you, Vincenzo. And now, back to the game.
All right, this time we're using the actual aggro deck. So this one has about, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it has about 40-something prophecies. And the goal is to just go face and essentially, you know, if the opponent kind of catches on that I'm playing a lot of prophecies and they stop hitting me, there's a good amount of cards that also damage me. There's Afflicted Elites and interesting. Anyway, there's Afflicted Elites and there's also
As long as I draw a breath.
Enraged Dragon Knights. And that's how you can deal damage yourself. There's also one that I don't really ever see get used is
By the fires of
Gladiator's Arena. And kind of the same deal that's in there. One to put your opponent on the clock. Kind of make them have to start taking you seriously. And you know, if they stop hitting you and they don't have the support removal, then you can eventually damage yourself. I have had it backfire though, so it's not perfect. But as I said, I made this deck this weekend, so
You will pay.
I'm kind of still refining this one. There's also a lot of 2 costs in the deck, so that's why that guy's in here.
Will make an excellent
Or this
story.
card. Generally, there's only 1 copy of it too. So I mean, it'll be like this.
I have no
if
fear of you, cowardly skeever.
what I'm thinking that this person's playing, it's either
Fallen.
it's obviously either aggro or it's more of a mid-range.
I'll cripple you.
If I had to guess, it's more mid-range.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
But that is what that's here for. That's also what Wisp Mother, can't talk, Wisp Mother is here for.
Trolls.
Alright, another imbued Minotaur.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Can I make them overdraw at all?
By the first 4.
No, I can't.
I
But
smell fresh meat.
I can do that. Oh yeah, 1 card I can. Depending on what he does here. Now it's good in points like this.
Let's put things
Where
together.
he's gonna deal a good amount of damage to me, and he's gonna break a few rooms. And with about 40 cards that are prophecy, there's a very good chance that you're gonna proc some of them.
It has been written.
Not that time though.
Meet your death.
I think for self-preservation, I'm gonna do this. And then this. Now hopefully I draw like a lightning bolt. My Afflicted Elite. There we go.
By the egg,
Good game.
a fine battle.
Alcarcalimo.
Bananaschwob up against Make Khajiit Pay. Wow. Wait a minute. Holy cow. Now, I'm not one to say somebody's running my deck, but I would be flattered and honored if they're actually running.
That was a mistake. They will perish in flames.
If they're actually running my Dragon Archer deck. I mean, the hard thing is, it's really hard to tell, but
The forest is my clan.
these are, so far, all the cards are what I'm playing. Anyway, we'll see how Bananaschwob does against what is ostensibly either a deck that I run or a deck that is at least similar. This is probably hurting Bananaschwob, though, I know, because he is the Dragon Meister, and he's watching his own cards being used against him. And myriad, though, seems to be, you know, the moniker is very violent. Or very angry, I should say. I the WrestleStorm confirmed he was going to Marac a makeshift defense. That would have been hilarious. I don't think in the history of TESL we've ever seen Marac choose such a humble target. Bananaschwob definitely in a predicament right now, as the assault is going to continue. Okay, no, this is not my list. Not my list. I do not run Saisan. Perhaps I should, especially with... That's actually a good call. Myriad, thank you for the idea. I need to work Saisan in there, because with Shearpoint Dragon, he is definitely fantastic. And yeah, unfortunately, Bananaschwob, it looks like is going to suffer the fate of losing to his own dragons. He could do... Fingers of the Mountain is not going to be enough firepower. I mean, he could get rid of... I mean, he could get it down to 8 points of damage. Okay, yeah. He had an extra step in there. Ooh, that's huge. I mean, I'm guessing Khajiit has plenty of charge, though. That Cradle Crush, unfortunately, just not useful. So maybe a Garnag into Temple Conjurer? Yeah, as I say, he really needs to limit. But yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if Makeshift does not have a bat, a giant bat, or a... Another prophecy! Oh my goodness gracious! Wow! Bananaschwob living that charmed life of the prophecy. Oh my goodness, Spider Layer. I definitely don't run that, and I probably never will, but holy cow. Yeah, it's not too late, but that Spider Layer is going to start generating some value. I mean, at least that's something Cradle Crush can take out. Actually, and Kano can also do some damage there. I mean, I don't know. Bananaschwob's got a long way to go, but if Myriad does not have a lot of, doesn't have charge, he's going to be in good shape. So, what I'm guessing here, we might see Cradle Crush in that Shadow Lane just to get an extra... No? Okay. I was thinking, maybe in the field lane then? Because you want the bigger body. You want that body down if you're... Oh no, okay. Oh, there he goes, yep. Because, I mean, you want to try to be able to push lethal. I mean, he's not going to be able to do it next turn. Let's see, 11, 15. Actually, he does. Well, no. Yes, he could. Well, not with that.
Try something.
No! And there it is.
Nicely done.
This one won.
Bananaschwob again, as always, being a great sport. Wow. Okay, I don't think I've got to see... Oh, no, it's Godzilla. The listener. Haven't had a chance to observe a game yet. And while it does look like this one is all but finished, I mean, I always say that, and then with like 2 plays and me re-examining this, you know, how things are going, it goes, no, okay, it's not over yet. Not by a long shot. Oh no, Godzilla has the advantage at this particular moment. But Stray Cactus, the Miraculous. Hey, I like that. Stray Cactus, the Miraculous. I totally should have done that. Schwaaard doesn't rhyme with any of the banners, I don't think. Actually, Schwaaard doesn't really rhyme with anything. Ward? I mean, Ward is... I mean, they're approximate rhymes, but no proper ones. All right, so let's see what Stray Cactus does against oHNoITsGODZERRA. That's just a fun name to say. I will get winded, though, if I have to say it too many more times. I mean, no doubt we will see Stray Cactus trade with the 4-1.
Standing by.
I'll shape you up into a...
Okay, hey! Little freshness here. Wow, we got to hear all kinds of guttural noises from the old swamp creature thing there. Spawn Mother, we got to hear her digestive tract in action. That was fantastically creepy. Oh yes, I cackle maniacally because I can create curses. Come on, Black Marsh Warden. Oh. Yeah, oHNoITsGODZERRA really has to be considering like that. I mean, that's the great thing. Stray Cactus, what they're doing is doing that pivot, starting that pivot at the right time. Well, they haven't really pivoted. They're still kind of on the defense, but they're starting to build up that board where Godzilla has to start making decisions about, okay, trying to control the board and make sure that Stray Cactus doesn't build up enough to OTK him. But oh wow, it is now suddenly the tables have turned. Oh, and they continue to turn. Oh, this is getting nasty. I am sorry, oHNoITsGODZERRA. I mean, this is he's done next turn.
Cut them down.
Troops, move out.
That will be helpful. He now has 6 damage on board. What can his Gray Fox pull? Mercenary Captain.
Cut them down. Cut them down.
And he can play it as well. Wow, that did it. That did it. So if he Gray Foxes a Mercenary Captain, I mean, does he even? Yeah, he needs to do that. Gray Fox, Merc Captain, and Bar. I mean, you have to get around 2 prophecies.
The forest is more clever.
He didn't see it. Didn't see it. That's all right. That's all right. I mean, did I miss it? No, I mean, he has. They're in his graveyard. Yeah, he could have Merc Captain. It would have given him 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, he would have had exactly. Now, and the bummer is
Fine display.
he loses to that. Oh no, no, he doesn't. It's not over.
By the egg.
Okay, nope. He's gonna lose his Black Sap Protector here. Like I said,
soldiers,
I am.
Cut them down.
I miss stuff like that all the time. I think that would have worked out, barring prophecies. All right, I did not get to ask Kfluffy what his record is right now because he was gone as soon as the last game was over. I can only say though, my hypothesis is that he's lost at least once because I know he only has 1 final round left, and he's won at least 4 games that I knew about. He's been playing, so either he's on his like 8th or 9th game now, or he may have lost one. We'll see. We'll see. He's definitely up against it against Crux RU.
Step and strike. Good. You're getting
Really in a tough spot.
do your work.
Yep, that was the trade I was thinking
I
he
will
would make.
have no sassy.
didn't
Like
see
now.
this coming, eh?
So,
My paws are
oof.
quicker than
And he
your
keeps the hits
hands.
coming. My goodness gracious. That's always the frustrating part when you're on this side of an aggro deck and they just ring out card after card after card after card, and it's like, okay, great, he's only got 1 card in his hand, but I mean, look at that board.
I will spill your
And
blood.
Kfluffy able to make the one play that can help stave off some of the damage here, but
I see you're in need of my
Royal
wisdom.
Sage, my goodness gracious.
For Father of Sithis. Too slow.
Yeah, I think what we're witnessing here is just a it's a I would say a mediocre draw. Exactly. So yeah, the game gives you lemons. It's a mediocre draw against an aggro deck with the ring, and this is what you end up with. So it can be determined like that, and that's what really kind of makes me a little bit nervous when I think about tournaments and things. Is you know, all it takes is that one key game. Now, granted, usually tournaments are best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4, so it's not a guaranteed loss. Or that, you know, you can't just get, you know, lucked out once, but, you know, you come down to that pivotal game, that game 7 or game 4, whatever it is, and this is how it starts out. You know, maybe 9 times out of 10 you win, but all it takes is that one time where your opponent just comes out. I mean, anytime you've got a Mortal Trader coming out on curve, or earlier with the ring, it's a bad day. Unless you've got Ice Storm in your pocket. Like right now, Ice Storm, well, no, Ice Storm wouldn't help him, even if he had it. So yeah, sometimes, like Kfluffy said, the game gives you lemons. And I wouldn't call that salt on the wound, but it wasn't like Kfluffy was going to attack anyway. Let's see, the Douchnik can take 2 off the board, and Manic Mutations can heal for a little bit. Yeah, he's still... No, he's not. He's still alive. He's 1 point as the board stands now. He is still... He is not dead. Not a lot of great ways to drain, though. He can... Giggles can get him another 2 health. And he can trade in that shield lane. Shadow lane. That's what you get when you combine shadow and field. You get a shield lane.
You can't escape.
And Crux, are you keeping as many cards open as possible? May have... I mean, again, a deck like that, Cliff Racers, Lightning Bolts.
One bad turn.
Oh! He killed off a...
Alright, we're giving the Control Guildsworn another run here. I want to hopefully have it kind of show off some more trades that it can do, rather than kind of just buffing up everything and just murdering the guy like the last run went. But most control decks, I feel like, have to be able to switch to aggro at some point.
The Black Hand sees all.
And I think that this one can do it a little earlier than most can. But that's just because I think Guildsworn are just a nice set of colors for that.
For the Black Hand.
I'll draw something. Ah. I've never had that happen. I mean, I'm not complaining because he was gonna top deck that one right after, what, like 2 turns after playing on Golem?
For the Black Hand.
So I'm not complaining, and it's more card draw. There's a lot of card draw in this deck, so that way you never get slowed down. I'm definitely gonna lightning bolt that. Okay, so we're playing like a 80 card deck, 80 something.
Have you come to submit or come to die?
That is pretty problematic. Yeah, I'll do that.
Khajiit is having a good night.
I think Daggerfall Mage is the play here.
They won't even see my blade coming.
Ah, man, I'm gonna lose a rune before I can even play him. I don't typically like this card, actually. Like, I know it's good in these kind of decks, but like, I don't know, sometimes with control you're gonna lose a rune sometimes, so you don't get the full value, and sometimes you get aggroed so hard that it doesn't even matter.
I lurk in the shadows, waiting.
And it kind of seems like that's what's gonna happen to me. I think I can... Don't... Okay. Wait, don't have a finish off. Please don't have a finish off. Alright.
Death comes on silent wings.
I'm gonna clear up some card space before doing this.
Khajiit is having a good night.
Gall and pox.
That's like a god tier top deck right there. I just drew.
Protect the Ashkan.
Okay. Draw one. I might need to actually stop drawing.
Out upon it.
Like now. Ouch.
For the Ashkan.
Gonna make me overdraw.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Not complaining about that actually. But that would have. Well, this is probably better Magicka efficiency wise. And I'll play this guy and Lezra.
Da-da-dee-da! No, that's not right.
Let me think about my next turns here. So she'll be on draw 2. Alright, well I still have my oh shit button. So should be good.
Time to make more enemies.
Okay. Just that's cool.
To oblivion with you.
Undo everything I did
I want to be an
and set up on the
assassin,
last turn.
like Naryu.
It's fine. Well, bam. Thank you for
I'll get this yet.
Thank you for moving everything into that lane. Trying to be safe and stuff. I'll leave it at that.
I fight with the fervor of the wild hunt.
My paws are quicker than your eyes.
She is on destroy a creature. I won't play Aaron quite yet. Alright, what are the odds they have their...
Da-dee-da-da! I'll get this yet.
Yeah, what are the odds that they have their third Earthbone Spinner? What other silence? They haven't run anything else other than that. Hopefully a Halalu Sharpshooter doesn't come down, or a Bone Bow, because
I keep a spare.
I'm really trying to make them put cards into getting rid of stuff.
Be silent.
Cool. I think I'll do Mehrunes Dagon Seducer here.
Prepare yourself.
And then just pretty much all my actions are removal stuff for the most part. So I don't think it's terrible to play Aaron now.
May the ancestors bless.
Da-dee-da-da! I'll get this yet.
Nice. I think with that happening, I don't feel too bad about swinging in. Hopefully I'll be able to drain a little bit. Hopefully. Nope.
Have business with House Halalu.
Don't underestimate me.
Do I just hit my oh shit button? No, it's not worth it. However, drawing some more cards is... That's 7, so I'll bring me
Da-dee-da-da! I'll get this yet.
Here we go.
They'll never get the best of us.
Old Aldmary's.
Alright, set up for it for the next turn. I probably should have just swung with someone so I could just use Uncano.
Let's see if we can find something useful.
I'm assuming they're going this route. They probably have something for one of the other
Watch yourself now.
5/5s. Okay. It's a pretty nice one. Alright, just in case I get a dumb prophecy. There we go. I'll do it the flashy way. GG Sly Crew. That was a fun one.
And we've got Eye of the Restless Storm once again.
Greetings.
Now running is patented. Probably not patented, but Covenant deck. So very excited. The last person I remember seeing this, I believe, running Covenant was like Manic Jack. Oh, the big crab makes his move. The guitarist on bass, reiterating. That's why he runs the giant camp to support. That's really the thing. That is the bane of new era decks. Really, I think consistently is supports, because those are the one thing that do not get whisked away. And depending on what they are, if they survive and you have just 3 or 4 cards left in hand, you can pull things out. But that is the previous game. He's up against BVs in the Azura clan. Able to keep his sorceress alive to get a drain life. I would argue one of the best spells that you can get. And BB's playing, I guess, what we can just call typical Telvanni. TT, typical Telvanni. I call it classic Telvanni, but classic has a nice ring to it. And I don't mean it in disrespect to BB's or anybody who runs, you know, you get classic or typical. I would say either one. There's just one sounds a little less flattering, the other one sounds a little more like, wow, cool, look at me, I run classic Telvanni. It's like, it's typical Telvanni. It's the same basic idea. There's probably some Aelid Guardians here, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's not right to assume. But I can speculate, as any commentator does, and Cruel Fire Bloom. If there's not a cat's paw to pair with that Cruel Fire Bloom, I will nibble on my shirt. I don't have to nibble yet. It hasn't been played. Oof. Are we going to see a bold move? I would say Encano. Nope. Okay. Say ring out that Encano. Set up the Mighty Conjuring for next turn. All right, Morgul Gatekeeper into Wood Orc Headhunter. Fantabulous. I was going to say, I think he's going to take out the 1/2 because you, with that Cruel Fire Bloom in hand, you don't want them to have any cheap targets available. Like, if he wants to play it on that card, fine. That's a heck of a combo. So, okay, so BV's not playing a classic Telvanni list. Because you don't see Banelord in those lists. So, something a little different, which is nice. It's refreshing. Usually you only see Banelord, mostly I see Banelord with, oh, great combo there from Eye of the Restless Storm. Good heads-up play, way to make use of a card that probably doesn't even get played in Arena. Okay, BV's has the answer. And Mark Ward's Courage, again, card that is not in your typical Telvanni. So we'll call this, well, I don't even know if you can call it classic Telvanni. It's crazy, Telvanni. It's crazy off the wall. Don't know what's going on, Telvanni. I love it. If only Eye of the Restless Storm had 4 more drain lives. 5 more drain lives. Game would be over. So, one of the rare times where a Cruel Fire Bloom is not ideal. Got that little piddly 1-2 Mudcrab Merch as long as he's alive. That Cruel Fire Bloom has a chance to completely suck. We need more Mudcrab Merchants in this world. Because Cruel Fire Blooms are cruel. To everyone involved. Ice Storm? Verse and finish off. Okay. BB's hold on, and if you haven't noticed, by the card backs. Oh, and wow, he is going to go for it. And he does hit the raw target. Gives him a curse. False Incarnate, going to be a great card later.
What help would you have?
Or now, again with the spread. As you say, I'd probably play that once the amulet comes down, but okay. Oh, and okay, there you go. Night Mother, interesting. And still, early enough in the game, it could be a factor here. Ooh, Old Salty's Assault.
I have many important.
It is not going to be played. Oh, maybe it will be.
Read my lips. Mouth paws.
Fast turnaround there from either storm. But in case you all haven't noticed, these are both top 10 players.
The Night Mother will guide us.
Ooh, False Incarnate though. You don't get to. I've never seen that effect triggered before, so that's pretty darn cool. Now, BB's didn't play it for that reason. He played it to eliminate. It's getting close here. BB's doesn't know for a fact what Eye of the Restless Storm has in terms of that blood magic spell, but he knows he's got something that he hasn't played yet. Big brain right there, you know? Which means it's probably not a Resurrect. It's not a Guard. Oh, is that it? 7, 8. Plus 5 is 13. No, he's one off. One off lethal. Nut bunnies.
Of the wild
chooses to make the trade to get rid of her as opposed to... Ooh. I guess I don't have any charge. He does get breakthrough, though. So he's got a breakthrough in there, so I guess he's got... I'm guessing a mammoth, a young mammoth, is what we're going to see come up next turn.
I bark and birth.
BB's looking for answers. But that ain't fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. If he does squish the hand, he's got to make sure he takes out a False Incarnate first. He does. Squish the hand! Squish the hand! We know Eye of the Restless Storm just needs to do 4 damage. Which unfortunately can only come from one side of the board right now. It's close. It's close. Okay, kudos to BBs for...
This should help.
You know, for playing cards like the... Night Mother. That's going to be game. So that's... Does he know he has it? Yeah, he's got exact lethal, I think, even with the board that he doesn't have to use Drain Life. Now he has to use Drain Life.
Stay around.
I guess that's what you got to do. But breakthrough for 1. Boom, and Drain Life. Good game, Eye of the Restless Storm. And well fought BVs with Azura. Good, a mighty battle. And that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to those who put your prowess, your battle prowess, your deck building skills into action for us all to see and to appreciate and marvel at and wonder at. And until next time, keep playing.